Hi everybody, it's Brad Anderson with Remax Peninsula. I'm making this video today because I have a confession to make. I am an unabashed retail junkie. Now that doesn't mean I shop a lot. I'm just fascinated by retail sales. And as some of you may know, I come by it naturally. I grew up in a retail environment. My father's an entrepreneur and the owner of a very successful retail garden center here in Newport News. And he's really one of the last big independent garden centers in the area. It didn't always used to be that way. Back growing up in the late 70s and early 80s, there were a lot of independent garden centers. That's where people went, and they were very localized and small, and there were a lot in our area. I mean, there was Driftwood Gardens, there was Heritage Garden Center, there was the one on Oyster Point, there was the little stand down at Beachmont and Denby, all these little places. And what my dad did early on to differentiate himself was he wanted to make sure that his customer had a good shopping experience. He knew who his customer was. It was largely female, 80%, and the garden centers back in the 70s and 80s were very rustic, okay, very au natural, with kind of muddy aisles and algae covered benches where the material was, and it wasn't very appealing. And what my dad did differently was he said, I'm going to have concrete sidewalks for my aisles, and I'm going to have clean benches, either that are scrubbed down in the early days, or then we went to a metal benching system so that it was clean and neat. And that's one of the big things that differentiated that store early on. And as the 80s went through, these other retail garden centers that were not able to compete because they stayed the same, eventually one by one went out of business, unfortunately, while Anderson's grew and continued to attract the target clientele, the lady homeowner, 20 to 60, who wanted that nicer shopping experience. It's one of those lessons that's just stuck in my head, and I know what you're thinking. Hey Brad, you're a real estate agent. Why are you talking about this? Well, I'm going to get into that in a video series that I planned, so I hope you'll stay tuned. But thanks for watching and thanks for commenting. Have a great day.